All right, this is the story of the trial of Elahrairah, part 2. The grumpy old guy is going to be reading this for Watership Down, and you're going to be starting right there with Dandelion. Good luck and have fun.
For those of you just tuning in, this is the follow-up to tell that was being told while everybody was eating with strawberry and buckthorn. Dandelion was telling me last night about Cowslip's warren and how he told the story of the king's lettuce. That's what put me in mind of this tale, even before Hazel explained his idea. I used to hear it from my grandfather, and he always said that it happened after Elahrairah had got his people out of the marshes of Kafazan. They went to the meadows of Fenlo, and there they dug their holes. But Princess Rainbow had his eye on Elahrairah, and he was determined to see that he didn't get up to any more of his tricks. You know, Prince Rainbow and Elahrairah had beef.
Yeah, they did.
Now, one evening, Elahrairah and Rabscuttle were sitting on a sunny bank. Prince Rainbow came through the meadows, and with him was a rabbit that Elahrairah had never seen before. Yeah, we see where this is going. Good evening, Elahrairah, said Prince Rainbow. This is a great improvement in the marsh of Kelfazan. I see all your does are busy digging holes along the bank. Have they dug a hole for you? Yeah, and Elahrairah looked at him funny and said, Why, yes. This hole here belongs to Rabscuttle myself. We liked the look of this bank as soon as we saw it. A very nice bank, said Prince Rainbow. But I'm afraid I have to tell Elahrairah that I have strict orders from Lord Frith himself not to allow you to share a hole with Rabscuttle. Not share a hole with Rabscuttle? Why ever not, said Elahrairah. Elahrairah, said Prince Rainbow, we know you and your tricks, and Rabscuttle is nearly as slippery as you are. Both of you in one hole would be altogether too much of a good thing. You would be stealing the clouds out of the sky before the moon had changed twice. No, Rabscuttle must go and look after the holes on another end of the warren. And let me introduce you. This is Hufsa. I want you to be his friend and look after him. Why the fuck would I want to do that? Where does he come from? I haven't seen his ass before.
Who the hell is this fucking guy?
He comes from another country, said Prince Rainbow.
Oh, shit.
But he is no different from any other rabbit. I hope that you will help him settle down here. We'll give him a real hard look. And while he is at getting to know this place, I'm sure you will be glad to let him share your hole. Elahrairah and Rabscuttle were terribly pissed at this. They knew this was bullshit, but there's nothing they could do about it.
Share his hoe or share his hoe?
H-O-L-E, hole.
Okay, hole, okay.
Okay,
Not
and they were
H-O-E.
pissed that they were not going to be allowed to live together in the hole. But it was one of Elahrairah's rules never to let anyone see when he was angry. So he did his best Sherlock Holmes impression. And besides, he kind of felt sorry for the little snot that was going to be Hufsa. Because I supposed that he was feeling lonely and awkward being far from his own people. So he pretended to like him and welcomed him and promised him to help settle down in the new warren. Hufsa was perfectly friendly and seemed anxious to please everyone. You know, begging for his life, you know, when everyone's back with turkey, you know, knives come out, claws, the whole thing, like, know your roll hole.
Yeah, no shit.
And Rabscuttle moved down to the other end of the warren. After a time, however, Elahrairah began to find out that something was always going wrong with his plans. One night in the spring, when he had taken some of his people to a cornfield to eat the green shoots, they went and found a man with a gun.
No shit.
Okay? Walking about the moonlight, and were lucky to get away without trouble. Obviously, he had night vision and everything else.
Yeah, of course.
Another time, after Elahrairah had reconnoitered the way to the cabbage garden and scratched a hole into the fence, he arrived the next morning to find it blocked with wire. Barbed wire.
Ooh, Constantina wire. Just
Yeah.
like on the Western Front.
And he began to suspect that his plans were leaked out to the people who were not intended to learn them. And he knew who the little shit was who was writing them out. Mr. Eager to Please, always kissing feet, you know, little Hafsa.
Not Hussa.
Because all this shit went down the minute he arrived. So he determined to set a trap for Hafsa to find out whether it was him who was at the bottom of the trouble. Because, you know, there's assumptions and then there's evidence.
Yeah.
He showed him a path across the fields and told him that it led to a lonely barn full of Swedes and turnips. And he went on to say that he and Rapscuttle meant to go there the next morning. And as soon as he left, Elahrairah let Rapscuttle in on the secret. In fact, Elahrairah had no such plans and took care not to say anything about the path to the barn to anyone else. But the next day, when he went cautiously along the path, he found a wire set in the grass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, writing out the plans is one thing. Setting up a fucking ambush is another.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, Hafsa was setting them up to get shanked. This made Elahrairah real angry. Because for any of his people might have been snared and killed, the wrong rabbit might have got shanked. Might have been one of his top bottom bitches, right?
Yeah, it could have been one of his bitches or even one of his kids.
Yep.
That would have been bad.
Of course, he knew that Hafsa was not setting the wires himself, or even that he had known that a wire was going to be set. But obviously, Hafsa was a rat.
A rat with rabbit ears.
With someone who did not stick at setting wires. In the end, Elahrairah decided that it was probably Prince Rainbow was passing on Hafsa information to a farmer, gameskeeper, the dude with the rifle.
Boy Scout with a knife.
Yep. And not bother himself with what happened as a result. Because Prince Rainbow couldn't give two shits about about Elahrairah and his problems.
That's right. He said, screw that guy.
Servant of Lord Friff his ass.
Asshole.
His rabbit's lives were in danger because of Hafsa. Saying nothing of all the sweet food, the cabbages, you know, he wasn't getting his cut anymore.
Yeah, he's being undercut actually.
And so he's starting to lose weight, and that's bad for a rabbit.
How's that Raka?
Yep. After this, Elahrairah tried not to tell Hafsa nothing. But it was difficult to prevent him from hearing things because, as you know, rabbits are very good at keeping secrets from other animals, but no good at keeping their mouths shut from each other.
What's the chance of Huswa bang busting some of his tricks?
Oh yeah, he's a Jody.
Yeah.
War knife doesn't make for secrecy. That underlines it right there.
Yeah, right there. I can hear you humping in the other room. The other burrow.
He considered offing Hafsa.
That's a good idea.
But if he knew that he did that, Prince Rainbow would come and they would end up in more trouble. Because, you know, dead rabbit in the field, no head, no claws, you know, looks kind of sort of like the guy that's missing.
Blame it on the dog.
Prince Rainbow was going to be a problem. He felt decidedly uneasy, even about keeping things from Hafsa, because he thought that if Hafsa realized they knew he was a spy, he would tell Prince Rainbow, being rat that he is, and Rainbow would take him away and think of something else to do. Elahrairah thought and thought about it. He really thought about it. He was still thinking about it the next day, and for a rabbit, that is an eternity.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And just then, Prince Rainbow showed his ass up. Said hello, waved at him, everything.
Cruised up.
Yeah,
Yo,
said,
take a look at my car.
yeah. You are quite the reformed character these days, Elahrairah, said Prince Rainbow. If you're not careful, people begin to trust you. He just looked at him.
Yeah.
Since I was passing by, I thought I would just stop to thank you for your kindness in looking after Hafsa. He seems quite at home. Elahrairah just muttered, going, yes, he is very comfortable
He's
around.
running me out. He's taking my good food.
Okay.
He's screwing my chicks.
We grow in
Who's in my
beauty
hole?
side by side. We fill each other's hole with glee, he said with sarcasm. But I always say to my people, put not your trust in princes, nor in anyone. Rainbow was a little upset about that, because, you know, he was a prince. Well, Elahrairah, I am sure I can trust you. And to prove it, I decided that I'm going to grow a nice crop of carrots in the field behind the hill. It's an excellent bit of ground you can't get your hands on.
I like to see you
And I'm
try.
sure that they will do well because I got guys with rifles over there.
Yeah, the guy's
Okay.
got the machine gun nest. I got
Yep.
an OP sight. I got night vision goggles. I got you.
And we're getting artillery delivered next month.
That's right.
No one will ever dream of stealing them.
Never.
So if you want, you can come and watch me plant them in and just give you the eyeball if you want. Elahrairah scratched his chin, smiled, and says, "You know what? I think I will. That would be delightful to watch them grow." Because he started having a plan that he was going to show this motherfucker grow up for the last goddamn time. Artillery or not, those crops were going to be his. Elahrairah, Rabscuttle, Hafsa, and several other Rabs accompanied Prince Rainbow to the field. And they even helped him sow it with long rows of carrot seed. Because why the fuck not?
Shit.
Okay? It was light, dry soil, the sun was right, and the more seeds that survived, more carrots for later.
Yeah, that's right.
And Elahrairah was just fuming about the whole thing on the inside, doing his best Sherlock Holmes, Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock kind of impression. Because goddamn, he was going to let Prince Mo know that he was really pissed off. He was certain that Prince Rainbow was teasing him, talking behind his back, talking to his buddies, saying what a fucking fool he was, you know.
Baraka on stun.
Yep. You know, completely dishonoring his street cred and everything. And then Rainbow really dug it in. That would do splendidly when they had finished. Of course, I know that no one would ever dream of stealing my carrots. But if they did steal them, Elahrairah, I would be very angry indeed and wipe them out to a man, woman, and child. If King Darzan, who's my blood brother, stolen, for instance, I'm sure that Lord Frith, on my advice, would take his kingdom away and give it to me. Elahrairah knew that Prince Rainbow meant that if he caught him stealing the carrots, he would either kill him, banish him, slaughter his kin, or do something else, then scatter his people to the wind.
But of course. Because he's a rat bastard.
And he knew that Hafsa would be the rabbit to make it happen. So he grit his teeth, smiled, played nice, and said, Of course, it's very, very proper to protect these carrots. And then he got to thinking some more. One night, in the second moon after the planting, Elahrairah and Rabscuttle went to go look at those carrots because, you know what? That smell was driving them nuts. No one had thinned them out, and the tops were thick and green. Elahrairah judged that most of the roots would be a little thinner than a forepaw. And it was, while he was looking at them in the moonlight, that his plan came to him.
So he planted already grown carrots.
No, this is a little while later.
Okay, a little while. It
Yeah,
better be a little while later. If it's like the next day, I'm going to call BS on that.
No, because they say right near the top, one night in the second moon after the planet. That's one whole moon is a month.
Oh, okay.
So they waited 60 days.
Damn. Just like we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the story.
So they went out and they looked at it. And then they went back down to their hole where Hafsa was not at. And they were going to have a conversation with each other. Just Elahrairah and Rabscuttle. And there, Elahrairah promised Rabscuttle not only would he steal those goddamn fucking carrots, but he would see Hafsa be fingered as the rat he was and shove his face right up Rainbow's ass.
That's right.
They came out of the hole, and Rabscuttle went to the farm to steal some corn. Because he was that angry. Needed adventure, needed to think something else. Or maybe even get off at it. Because you know what? They can't do shit with us around. Elahrairah spent the rest of the night gathering slugs
Oh yeah.
because he had a plan. The next evening, Elahrairah went out early after a little while and found Yonah, the hedgehog, little shit that he was, pottering along the hedge.
Yonah! Hey,
Yonah,
bro.
hey bud, hey,
What's
pretend to
up?
be friendly. Yonah was like, oh, he's gonna shake me now. He's gonna kill my ass now. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that to you.
I'm a
Hey, I'm about
rabbit,
to
you're
give you a
Yonah.
deal. Deal? Yeah. Would you like a whole lot of fat slugs? Well, yeah.
Yeah, shit. Slugs would be great.
But they're not easily found. I've been looking all month, and it's
Yeah,
like
I
somebody's been
haven't found-
stealing them.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
I got a whole pile, and you can have them all. Let me see that bag.
Right.
Here's the bag. See? See, here's,
Yeah. You just
Okay.
wave the bag of slugs at him. See, check this out, dude.
Yeah. Well, here's a nice one in this bag, and you can have them all. And I can give you another bag full of them if you do what I say and ask no questions. Can you sing? I can't sing to save my own ass. You know Hedgehog can sing. Now Lord goes, good, I like that answer. What?
What? Okay.
Excellent. But you will have to try if you want those slugs. There's a big old empty box I see at the farmer's lifting ditch. Better and better. Now you listen to me. Meanwhile, in the wood, Rapscuttle was talking to Hawk,
Hawk.
the pheasant. Hawk, can you swim?
Bro.
Fuck no! I don't go near water if I can avoid it. No way.
I can drink it, but I ain't gonna
Come
swim
on,
in.
Rapscuttle. You know me. Dirt forever. I just like water very much. But if you threw me in there, I'd swim. Then I'd come and kick your ass.
Yeah.
Rapscuttle replied, great, splendid, good, dude. Now, I have a lot of corn. Yeah, I know you got a lot of corn. I see you stealing it. Yeah, but you want a piece of that?
How about a take? 1/3.
How about all of it? All of it?
Mm.
What do I gotta do for you? I want you to do a little bit of swimming in the pond at the edge of the wood. Like I said, I don't like water. You like corn?
You like corn, but
Yeah, I like corn. I like eating. I like waking up tomorrow. I don't like being wet, but you know what?
for
much-
corn?
How much a big... Oh, that's a big pile.
That's a
Okay.
big pile of corn,
Okay,
bro.
okay.
Shit.
All right. I'll go to the pond on the edge of the wood. What do you want me to do? As they went off to the pond together.
I got a scam going.
Elahrairah strode into his hole to go look for Hafsa. This was long after the plan came together. And Hafsa was chewing his pellets. And he pretended to be surprised and pleased that he was there. Hafsa, you're here, he smiled.
Yo, bro.
I'm really glad you're here because I got to tell you a secret. I can't trust anyone else with it. You come with me, won't you? Just you and me, and no one else has got to know. And I was thinking, well, you know what? He's finally trusting me. I can finally get into the inner circle. I can finally get the secret info. He was finally going to be one of the rabbit Illuminati.
Yep. This conspiracy continue.
Mhm. And so he spoke up in this totally wheezily little voice. Why, I'm so honored. What do you need me to do?
Just follow me.
And Elahrairah said, I've been looking at those carrots at Prince Rainbow. I can't stand any more. I gotta eat them. They're the best looking carrots in the world. They smell like cocaine and crystal meth mixed together.
It's time to shoot up, man,
Yeah,
bro.
that's the kind of feeling that rabbit was having. And he was putting
I
on the...
need this high, bro.
Yeah,
I
he
need it.
was acting like a total junkie in front of Hudson. So I'm gonna go and steal the goddamn things. Or some of them, or most of them.
Or all of them, right?
Of course, if I took a big expedition, we'd get caught. And I can't let that happen. And because Renfro would hear it, and then he'd just fire off the grid coordinates to the artillery, and we'd all be blowing the smithereens.
Yeah, Alsa and all.
But if you and I went alone, he would never know it was just you and me. Because you're my best bosom pal now. Fuck Rapscuttle, okay?
Rapscuttle's a bitch. Fuck that guy.
And Huff's going, okay. But let's do it tomorrow night. Because he thought it would give him plenty of time to go tell Prince Rainbow. Because he really was a rat. And Elahrairah's going, no, dude, it's got to be right now. Right now. If you're really a rabbit, if you're really my blood, you've come with me right now.
We got this.
And Huss is going, dude, why don't we wait? No, I'm going right now. Right fucking now, with or without you.
Yep.
And he wondered whether Huffet would try to turn him in against the idea. But when he looked at him, he could see that Huffet was thinking about it really, really hard. You could see the steam coming out those ears, and you can hear the brain cell popping.
His eyes are bulging.
Because he could see the ambition in those eyes. The kind of ambition that an old rabbit sees in the one who wants to replace him. Because there can be only one.
That cheap rabbit stuff.
Hafsa was thinking, I'd be crowned the king of the rabbits. Elahrairah be forgotten under my feet. And Elahrairah's thinking, like, I gotta shank your ass. So they set off in the moonlight. They had gone a good long way to the hedge when they came to the old box lying in the ditch. Sitting on top of the box was Yona the Hedgehog with Spotlight in his best dress, because he was made to wear a dress. And, you know, doing his whole Michael Jackson impression.
Hell yeah.
The real horrible. See a hedgehog try to moonwalk? It's a horrible sight. So, you know, they had to have little ropes around them.
Well, isn't the hedgehog kind of like Ron Jeremy? He's called a hedgehog.
That's a story for a different time.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of him. Okay, so what did Yona, the Ron Jeremy Yona?
And he was just tearing up the sound waves. His prickles were stuck all over the rose petals of the dress, and he was making a loud squeaking noises, trying so hard to sound like Michael, but he can't. He was waving his paws around, making a real fool of himself.
But he's
and Hafsa stopped and looked at him like he was on crack. What are you doing, Yona? Hafsa asked, astonished. And Yona said, I'm singing to the moon. I'm moonwalking. All hedgehogs have to sing to the moon until they make the slugs come. Oh, slug o' moon, oh, grant thy faithful hedgehog boon. And it was horribly off key.
Boom, 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 boom.
And he kept on going and going. And
Just.
And Elahrairah's going, what a horrible noise. Let's get going quickly before it brings all the bad guys around us.
Mm-hmm.
And off they went. And after a little time, they came across to the pond at the edge of the wood. And as they approached it, they heard a squawking and splashing and a little bit of cussing. And they saw Hawak, the pheasant, scuttering about in the water with his long tail feathers wet, trying to act like he was really happy with himself. And Hafsa was shocked. And he looked at Hawak and said, have you been shot? And Hawak said sarcastically, no, I haven't been shot. I just always go swimming in the full moon. It makes my tail grow longer, and but says my head wouldn't stay red, white, and green without swimming. You gotta know that, right, Hafsa? Surely, everybody knows that. As he gave a sideways glance at Rapscuttle mouthed, I'm gonna fucking beat your ass when I get out of here.
Kick your ass, Rapscuttle.
And then Elahrairah just looked at him and whispered, the truth is, Hafsa, he doesn't like other animals to catch him at it. Let's go on. And then they came to an old well. The farmer had filled it up long ago, but the mouth looked very deep and black in the moonlight. And Elahrairah said, let's have a rest, just for a short while. And as he spoke, a most curious creature came out of the grass. It looked fucked up. Something like a rabbit. But even in the moonlight, they could see that it had a red tail, long green ears. In his mouth was carrying the end of one of those white sticks that men burn. He was smoking a cigarette, basically.
Cigarette, yeah.
But it was Crabscuttle in disguise, doing his hobo impression. But Huska never saw the hobo impression. Not with that stench of beer and dried shit.
You saw the bozo one, but not the hobo, right?
Yep.
The bozo impression he saw, yeah.
Okay, and Huska couldn't recognize him and didn't want to go near him because, god damn.
Damn, boy, you smell.
And sheep dip powder on the tail and other things, sulfur. And it's just nasty. And Elahrairah, having watched the thing earlier that day, did his best impression of a horrified face.
Like McCready did in the thing, right?
Yeah, and he goes, "Frith preserve us. What can it be? Let's all hope it's not one of the 1,000. He leaped up, ready to run. "Who are you?" He trembled. And Rapskull spat out the cigarette.
Yeah.
And started choking a little. And then he said, "So, you have seen me, Elahrairah. Many rabbits live their lives and die, but few see me, few or none. I am a messenger of Lord Frith, who goes about the earth secretly by day and night, okay, and then return to his golden palace. He is even now awaiting me on the other side of the world, and I must go to him swiftly through the heart of the earth. Farewell, Elahrairah." And he jumped on the edge of the well and then jumped into the darkness. Now Elahrairah was going for his academy. "We have seen what we should have not seen. How dreadful is this place. Let's get out of here." And so Elahrairah took off, but not the way back to the warren like any sane person would. Because you see that shit, you run home.
Yeah.
No, he continued on with his plan, so he ran towards the field. And Hufsa didn't miss a beat and followed. And presently they came onto the field of carrots. And they stole a shitload of them. How many? No one knows.
That's a lot of carrots.
But Elahrairah knows how to stuff his face full of carrots when he needs to. And certainly Hufsa was taught how to do it too. So by morning, the field was stripped bare. The carrots were hidden down a deep hole in the bank of the wood. And Elahrairah and Hufsa made their way home. Along the way, Elahrairah collected 2 or 3 followers and stayed underground with them all day. But Hufsa went out in the afternoon without saying where he was going. And Elahrairah knew the jig was up. Saw the little motherfucker in the act of just taking off without telling anybody. That evening, as Elahrairah and his people began to eat under the fine red sky in the evening, Rainbow rode up. Sirens blaring, everything, warrant for his arrest, the whole 9 yards. And he came with the dog police, big black motherfucking dogs. Proud of their badges and everything.
Shit, yeah.
And he did his Cool Hand Luke impression. "Elahrairah, you are under arrest."
But we have here is a failure to communicate.
Yeah, and Elahrairah went, "What for?"
What did I do?
And Rainbow said, "Oh, don't bullshit me. You know very well what for. Let me have no more of your tricks and your insolence, Elahrairah. Where are the carrots?"
Carrots?
And Elahrairah went, "If I'm under arrest, let me read that warrant. It's not fair to tell me I'm under arrest and then ask me questions out here in the field." "Come on, Elahrairah. You're merely wasting time. Tell me where the carrots are and I will only send you to the Great North and not kill you."
Carrots?
Elahrairah rolled his eyes. "Prince Rainbow, for the 3rd time. I want to know why you're arresting me." "Very well. If this is the way you want to die, Elahrairah, you shall have it the full process of law. You are under arrest for stealing my carrots." Are you seriously asking for a trial? I warn you that I have direct evidence and it will not go well for you. By this time, Elahrairah making the noise, standing up to the cops and everything, crowd was forming. Just like in the hood back in the day. Cop shows up, arresting the kid, mother, father screaming and yelling. Everybody's coming out. Neighbors coming out taking a look. You know, they put on their gang signs, getting their
bandanas on.
Getting their color out, you know, making Prince Rainbow a little uncomfortable.
So he has to call back up.
Only Rathscow didn't show. He had spent the whole day getting rid of the evidence. He was busy hiding shit. And Elahrairah knew this. So he looked Prince Rainbow right in the eye. I want a trial. Let's get this evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to be judged by a jury of animals.
Jury. Right there.
Yeah.
They all get their badges, right? So
Yeah.
birds and foxes, everybody gets a jury badge.
Yeah, I want animal jury, not you be the jury and judge this time, Prince Rainbow. And Rainbow sighed and went, okay, you want to play this out? Fine. You want a jury of animals? You're going to have a jury of animals. A jury of illegal predators.
Damn.
For a jury of rabbits would refuse to convict you in spite of the evidence. And to everyone's surprise, Elahrairah said, yeah, let's do this. Come on, man. And he hopped in the back of the car.
Shit, yeah, dude.
Okay.
Here. I'll even put my own handcuffs on. Go for it.
Yeah. Now, and Prince Rainbow was shocked at this and said, okay. And took him down to the station, went through the process, and said that we'll hold that trial that night. And since Elahrairah was being such a trooper about it, he let Elahrairah have his last night in his own hole, guarded by the two dogs. Because if Elahrairah was going to die and actually jump into the hot pot, make it real easy for Prince Rainbow, why not?
Sure.
But not a single rabbit was allowed to go near him while he was under house arrest. And then Prince Rainbow sent out the posse to gather up the jury. Because no one in the right goddamn mind wants to be in a jury anywhere. It's a waste of time for most people. They have things to do. But, you know,
Just like old
everybody, and I do mean everybody in Prince Rainbow's kingdom, has to serve. He doesn't care if it's short notice.
Of course he doesn't care.
Yeah. Up and down the hedges, the news was spread, and Prince Rainbow gathered up the posse and the jury. The jury was made of 2 badgers, 2 foxes, 2 stouts,